Hey YouTube, it's Archangel here. Just thought that I would do an update of my Dragunity deck. It's changed quite a bit since my last vid. Just thought I'd show you guys what it's looking like now. Let me know what you think. Let's start with 3 ducks. I mean, you have to run 3 ducks. I'm not going to explain that. 3 Legionnaire, same as ducks. Super important to the deck. 3 Atlas, or Phalanx, sorry. Synchro backbone of the deck. Ridiculously good tuner. Play 3 of them. They got super expensive. Had an extra playset, so that was pretty cool. 2 Atlas. Just 2 is okay. I had 3, went down to 2 just to make more room for traps and spells and stuff. 1 Leviathan. I had 2. I went down to 1 because I stopped going for an OTK sort of a build and went into more of a control deck, and it works really well. I like 1 just because you see it whenever you want to, because you can dump it with Ravine or you can pitch it for the cost, and it's fine. 1 Spirit Reaper. It's good against most things except GBs. It's awful against GBs, so side it out there. It's also pretty bad against Blackwings, but who sees Blackwings anymore, right? Yeah, Spirit Reaper's pretty good. And then 1 Veiler, just because, like I've said before, I like Veiler and everything. It's really good. Play it. My Reaper might turn into a 2nd Veiler. We'll see. Spells, 3 Dragon Canyon. I know it's Ravine now, but I don't like that name as much, so I'm just going to keep calling Dragon Canyon. Really good. You pretty much have to run 3 or you're probably going to lose a lot of games. 3 Terraforming. Search out your 3 Canyon. You can pitch extra copies. 3's not an issue since you pretty much need to get one of these or Terraforming or like Cards of Consonance or something, so you can draw into these first turn so you can make Stardust Dragon and commence your winning. 2 Cards of Consonance. I had 3. I got really sick of getting my hand clogged with them when I couldn't use them, or like I have this sitting in my hand and I already have a Phalanx and an Atlas in the graveyard, but I don't have a Dux or a Legionnaire in my hand. Then my pitch has to get me a Dux or a Legionnaire instead of a tuner to draw cards. So 3 was too much for me. So I went down to 2, and that's working really well. 2 Forbidden Lance. I still really like this card. People aren't running it as much as I thought they would, because book's at 1. But it's still really good. It has a lot of utility, and I think it should be played at least 2. I've contemplated going to 3. 2 Pot of Avarice. I had 1. I went back up to 2. Because I've gotten less stubborn about not wanting to pitch it if it's dead early. So 2's been working really well recently. 2 MST, don't really have to explain that to anybody. Back row hate. Everybody loves back row hate. Giant Tornado for OTKs and big pushes. Dark Hole, nobody needs to know why you run Dark Hole. And Reborn, still broken, so you still have to run it. Traps. Double Bottomless. These are new, but they're testing really well. If at some point I get warnings, they'll go here. Hopefully we'll see them in Gold 4, but I kind of think that's unlikely. Anyway, Dimensional Prison, really good. Defensive traps behind Stardust are super pro. So we play Mirror Force, which is, again, new. I didn't have this in here. I've been kind of iffy on Mirror Force just because nobody really swarms and just attacks into you without having like Shien on the field or like trap stunning or something. But I mean, it's still pretty useful. It's a good card. It's a great card. Royal Oppression. I said in my last video that Royal Oppression killed this deck. And while it's true that if they flip this up, like while you're doing a synchro climb and they stick you with it, kind of like warning, it's going to suck and you're not going to like it. But this deck can actually do a lot more without special summoning than most decks can. And having this card and being able to play it on your own terms is really, really awesome. I really like it. You should play it. 1 Dark Bribe, Spell and Trap Negation, hits Dark Hole when you don't have Stardust, stuff like that. 1 Trap Stun, had 3, have slowly gone down from 3 to 2, and then from 2 to 1, just because I've found that with my 2 or 3 Forbidden Lance, this is a little bit redundant at 3, even though you can stop warning. I like it at 1 a lot. I might go back up to 2, we'll see. And then 1 Judgment, it's Judgment. Onto the extra deck. 1 Catastor, 1 Dragunity Guy Durg, 1 Brionic, 3 Vajrayana, 1 Black Rose. It's hard to make, but still a staple. 1 Red Dragon, still really good. Probably drop it when Hyper Librarian comes out. 1 Colossal Fighter. Disaster Dragon is going to be really good this format if people figure out how to play it. Colossal Fighter is really good against Disaster Dragon. You can pretty much wreck their whole field with it if you play it right. 1 Thought Ruler. Nobody's playing Thought Ruler right now, but it's really good, especially if you're going to play Oppression, because if you can flip Oppression while you have this on the field, it's really tough to get rid of because you can't get over it with special summoning unless you trap stun or something. And you're constantly gaining life points to pay for your Oppression, and you can't target him with spells or traps. Or you can, but you can negate it. It's really, really good. I don't know why people stopped playing Thought Ruler. He's definitely better than Red Dragon right now. Scrap Dragon, staple, run it, really good. 2 Stardusts. The deck plays Stardust willy-nilly, so you should have 2, because you're going to probably play 1 first turn. You need to have another 1 for later. When I get my Malefic Stardust for my side deck, I'll play 3, but until then, just 2 is fine. 1 Mistworm, probably going to drop it, just because I don't make it all that much, but I really like it. It goes for game sometimes. It's really good. And then Trident Dragon, OTK Machine, swing for 9 grand, that's always fun. Really, really good. Onto the side, I'm kind of running long here. Whatever. 2 Icarus Attack. I don't like them in the main. I love them in the side, because if you're siding into them, you can play around it easier than game. Like, you can say, okay, I'm going to side into more of a control build because that's better in this situation. Because having this in the main and drawing it first turn after you make Stardust Dragon really sucks, because you're just sitting there with Icarus Attack behind Stardust Dragon. That doesn't do anything. Dust Tornadoes, good against keepers. Good, like if you're seeing a lot of heavy back row, you side these in and help with that. Double Gozen Match, really, really good. When I get a 3rd one, I'll play it. It's your best friend against Monarchs, because they can really only play Mobius after you drop this. And you can say what's up to Mobius with Stardust Dragon. So, yeah. 7 Tools, really good. I mean, it's kind of just hanging around in my side deck just because I want to fit it into the main deck, but I'm having trouble with room. 1 extra Veiler, 1 extra Reaper, and 1 Puppet Plant. Yeah, these are all really good against Sams. Puppet Plant's good against Keepers. Veiler's good against Keepers. All this stuff's good. DD Crow. Yeah, DD Crow is good against just about everything. I mean, not Keepers, of course, but, you know, what are you going to do? Double Side Dragon. He's good against, like, GBs. He's good against Keepers when they don't have Necro Valley, because he can, like, run over Spy and stuff, which is nice instead of bouncing off of Spy. Also, you know, obviously it's good for machines. KMP's getting really big right now, so Chimera Tech and Cyber Dragon are both really important there. So yeah, that's the deck. Let me know what you guys think. You can rate and subscribe if you want to, but I don't really care. I'm really more just interested in opinions on the deck. So let me know what you think.